I've chosen this jar of fermented beetroot made by Transition Towns. Transition Towns is a really interesting phenomenon. It actually started as a student project and an attempt to scale down the energy use of a community by really re-energizing the community and getting people to think more about what their energy consumption was and what they could remake, and to sort of reskill communities as well. And I've met Rob Hopkins several times, and what's really interesting to me is that he said in the beginning the food thing was just one of loads and loads of things that, you know, transition towns were about. They were all learning to knit again. They were kind of doing spelling bees, and they weren't doing spelling bees, but, you know, they were sort of just getting together to sort of feel community again. And food was just somewhere in the mix. But he said food was just off the scale what people actually engaged with and wanted to do, and they got into planting and growing and learning how to, you know, fertilise and so on. And he said it was revelatory because there was something so sort of personal and active and automatically sharing about it. And that so chimes with what I feel about food too, that it's sort of somehow, it's the thing that we all share so fundamentally that we almost don't see it, it's so big. And yet, you know, a jar of pickle like this, I mean, it's also really interesting that this is actually a resurgence of, which is not just transition towns, it's going on globally, of interest in how to preserve food, pickling, and these kinds of traditions that used to be about saving the glut of harvest so that you could use food throughout the year. It's really big in America. There are kind of pickling classes going on in America. And I just think it's a really brilliant example of many, many things. People's rediscovery of food, how it can bring communities together, actually how important it is, in one rather beautiful little jar.